Hello everyone, thank you for pressing play. You are watching a brand new episode of ExcaliburCCGTV. Happy New Year. This is our first episode of 2015. We are glad to be here. We are glad that you are here with us. We are Excalibur Comics, Cards, and Games here in Shreveport, Louisiana. Don't forget about our store in Texarkana, Texas. You can always follow our website at ExcaliburCCG.com. And this is a longer episode. So don't forget that you can click on the link down below. Go to our website, download the MP3, and listen to it on the go. We have an awesome episode lined up for you here. Lots of great stuff. We have a full week of stuff to talk about. Yay. So we've got comics to talk about this week. But before we do that, Randy, let's start off with the announcement.
Guys, coming up, anybody in the area has probably heard about this, seen the flyer in our store, in our on display in the shop, or you've seen Facebook information about this. The Louisiana Com-Con is a day-long event that will be happening on February 21st. We will have our booth there, and so you can find Excalibur Comics, and just as important, you can find talking comics at the booth. So we will be there. If you actually feel like talking to us about the show, do so.
Exactly.
That'll be interesting.
Autographs will be $5 a piece.
I don't know yet, actually.
No, our autographs.
Oh, is that so? We'll be there, though. We'll be there. We're planning on having a blast, doing some interviews, talking with you guys. We'd love to get any of the fans of our show on video.
Yeah.
So we'll be talking more about that in the coming weeks. Mark your calendar now for the Louisiana Com-Con, because we're going to have a blast doing that. And that's it for the announcements.
That's about the best I could hope for ever going to a convention, because I don't do well in large crowds. So being behind a counter and not having to go into large crowds, I'm okay with that.
That works out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's
You
awesome.
just got Six Flags.
No, Six Flags concerts, any sort of events. Going to a movie's tough enough.
Yeah.
The opening night packed with everyone around you.
Exactly. No fun at all.
I want the last day of the showing where I'm the only person sitting in the theater.
And you had the whole theater to yourself. Exactly. Storylines, guys. Not a ton of stuff, but we do have some stuff that we are going to cover. Buzz and I are going to take care of some Spider-Verse stuff real quick. Starting off with Amazing Spider-Man number 12 hitting the shelf this week. This is a Spider-Verse Part 4, the first huge battle. So any of you guys that are reading Spider-Verse, this is a do not miss issue right here. We get to see Miles Morales show his stuff. We get to see Silk in this issue, and they tell us that we get to meet the most surprising Spider character yet. That is hitting this week. Amazing Spider-Man number 12. Don't miss it.
It's going to be Mary Jane Spider powered from the Spider Island.
From the Spider Island?
Sure.
That's who it's going to be.
That's J. Jonah Jameson Spider-Man.
Oh, what if, dude?
Aunt
what
May
if?
Spider-Man.
Oh,
Uncle Ben, back from the dead. Black Lantern Spider-Man.
What's up for you, Buzz?
Spider-Man.
Wheat cake.
$20.99. Number 7. Spider-Verse tie-in. All right. Weird Science with Spider people.
Exactly.
Spider-Man 2099 teams up with Lady Spider of the Steampunk 1800s.
Nice.
And they're fighting Deimos of the Inheritors.
Exactly.
And they're in the year 2099 at this point, I believe.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they went their
Okay.
last issue or the issue before, and they're fighting the Inheritors there. So
Very cool.
All.
So that's it, guys. 2 Spider-Verse tie-ins this week. Randy has some stuff to cover from DC, though, real quick.
Yeah, real quickly, there are no DC events going on, crazy as that might be.
I know.
Probably because you're not going to be able to start anything right now and have it finish in time for the Convergence thing to go on. So instead, well, I'm going to let you guys know that we have some DC alternate covers coming out. These are cool because they are in celebration of the Flash 75th anniversary. With these, you have 3 covers this week. Action Comics number 38, Green Lantern number 38, and Detective Comics number 38. So, readers of any of those books, or people who like to get these alternate covers, have the collection with that, they are there for your choosing.
Very cool. Very cool. And that's a great point. briefly forgotten about Convergence, so we probably won't see
Yeah.
any type of big storyline from any of that until then. So that's going to be the big one.
Yeah.
So that's it for our storylines for this week, everyone. We're going to now move on to the new number ones that are hitting the shelf this week. We have several to cover. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the Wolverines number one hitting this week. Stemming from the death of Wolverine and the other Wolverine tie-ins, Logan Legacy, all that. This is a brand new weekly series. Starting off, written by Charles Soule with art by Nick Bradshaw. And this is about, if you haven't, spoiler, here we go. Wolverine has died. And he's dead, quote unquote.
What?
Encased in adamantium. He's got it on the inside and now on the outside. So he is encased in an adamantium shell, and now the battle for that highly valuable shell is what's going on with this Wolverines number one issue hitting this week. So now we're going to be seeing who is out for this, why do they want this, what's so valuable about it, and we're going to see Mystique pulling the strings as she always does with X-23, Sabretooth, Daken, Lady Deathstrike, and other infamous characters in the Wolverine lore there. So that is what's starting off this week with Wolverines number one, the fight, the battle for the adamantium case.
The only thing I could think of when you mentioned the shell is that he melts in your mouth and not in your hand.
Not in your hands. That is awesome.
I was thinking about like a big nutcracker thing.
What's next for you, Buzz?
The tough nut to crack.
Tough nut.
Ant-Man number one. I'm so excited for this one.
You sound it.
Oh, man. It's written by Nick Spencer, art by Raymond Rosanas.
Oh, nice.
And this picks up where the Avengers world left off, where Cassie Lang comes and, surprise, Dad, I'm alive! And anyway, Scott Lang's never exactly been the world's best superhero. Yes, it's Scott Lang, not Hank Pym.
Yeah, exactly.
And which I'm also excited about. I guess they're trying to blend in with the movie here with the Ant-Man deal. But
exactly.
Anyway, he's been around for the past few years with like FF and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he's got his own book now. I wonder why.
It could be to do something with the movie coming out
Anyway.
this year.
But anyway, big new book coming out. Superior Iron Man calls with a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Scott's going to get a chance to turn it all around and be the hero he's always dreamed of being.
Yeah.
Sure, he's been to prison. Sure, he's been through a messy divorce. At least he didn't beat his wife. Like, what's it like?
But he's got an awesome new girlfriend.
Sure, he's been dead. But this time it's different.
This time it's different.
This time nothing's going to stop the astonishing Ant.
Awesome. Do we know who his girlfriend is? I saw her. Who?
She likes to dress up in cosplay as the Thing. It's
it's Miss
the pink-haired
Miss Thing?
Miss Thing.
She thing?
Isn't that what they call her? Miss Thing?
I don't know. She was Johnny Storm's girlfriend,
right?
with the pink hair, the rocker, and everything. And when he did not find the proper replacement for the FF in time, he's like, "Hey, so would you like to do this for me?" And time apart from Johnny, but working close with that hunky Scott Lang.
That hunky Scott Lang.
One thing led to another. Hey, dig your rocks, baby.
That's what it was. Okay, there we go.
Like, I like how you get so small.
Moving on.
I love that you totally lost your train of thought there.
I did. I was just drawing a blank. I was like,
I know how I want to end this, but I don't know how I want to.
how do I deliver this?
That's right.
Want it.
There are a lot of number ones coming out from Marvel this week. And another one of them coming out is one that they're, I think, kind of rolling the dice on with the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. This is a fun character. In fact, she's one that has really taken on just about everybody in the Marvel Universe and defeated them. She single-handedly has defeated Doom and Galactus.
That's right.
She has. It is in the books. You can go find that. I don't know about Thanos, but I'm pretty sure she has.
It says right here, Thanos.
Did she? I don't know.
Wow.
And Wolverine. And Deadpool.
Who cares about Wolverine?
Deadpool! Wolverine dead!
But now she has a new task, which she must tackle, and that's going to be her first semester at college.
Oh.
So, going to see how that goes. It's going to be two creators I'm not familiar with. It's Ryan North and Erica Henderson.
Yep.
They're going to be on this book, and they are calling it the nuttiest book of the year.
Oh Lord have mercy. Exactly.
So we'll see. And I'm going to throw it out there. The art's different, guys. This is not superhero art. This is a different style for it.
Yeah.
So if you pick this up, give that a try. Don't expect this to be, David Finch art. I'll get back to that in a minute.
There we go. Moving on. Another one from Marvel, Operation Sin #1. This is a series stemming out of the original Sin event that took place last year. I can actually say last year now.
Yeah.
So there we go. We get to see Peggy Carter and Howard Stark team up to find out what's going on with the mysterious energy source in Russia. And along the way, they're also learning about this new evil organization that has raised its ugly head, Hydra. But along the way, they are also met with a character that we met during the original Sin event, Woodrow McCord. And they find out just how serious he is about protecting the Earth at all costs. So there we go. This is going to be by Catherine Eminem with Rich Ellis on the art. Check out this series if you were a fan of Woodrow McCord and the original Sin event. That's it for the new Marvel #1s.
Yes, the new Marvel #1s. We got a couple of others we want to run through real quickly. Coming from Boom Studios, and their Kaboom Studios, in fact, is Feathers #1. This looks like it's a meeting of the minds of like Mike Mignola and Guillermo del Toro. And with this, it's about a character named Poe, and he is a young boy that is completely covered in feathers. And in this story, you find that he meets his very first ever friend, a young girl named Bianca. Now, Poe and Bianca then proceed to go on an adventure where they are having to evade street gangs and child snatchers in order to figure out his secret as to, I guess, who he is, where he's from, and trying to find Bianca's home. So,
exactly.
Sounds cool. I believe it's a 6-issue miniseries, but looks awesome.
Exactly. Yeah, it does look really, really good. Last up, one I'm looking forward to is Lady Killer #1 from Dark Horse Comics. This is a period piece, like in the 60s, but imagine Mad Men's Betty Draper meets Hannibal Lecter. This is about a ruthless, efficient killer for hire that's also the picture-perfect homemaker, wife, and mother. And her side job is doing hits, assassinations on the side. This is by writer and artist Joel Jones, who's done previous stuff for Oni and been around, but this Helheim, doing the writing and the art on this series. I'm not sure if it's a mini-series or an ongoing. I think it's a mini, but
I think it is.
But check that out. If you're a fan of, if that combination of ideas interests you, you should check it out. And that's it for the #1s. We had some #1s to talk about this week. So moving on, guys, we're done with the #1s. We are now going to talk about the question of the week. Randy?
Hard-hitting question of the week. We want to know, with the new year here, with things going on within the comic industry or the way the comic industry might be going right now, what are some things you would like to see happen? I don't want to necessarily say changes, but things you would like to see happen here. So give us a few ideas, 1, 2, 3 ideas about changes or happenings that you would like to have occur.
Start us off, bro.
Ooh, I don't know if I'm the right one to start us off, because one of my big ones that I want to see change here is it deals with the, I guess, over sexualizing of characters.
Okay. Or
maybe the trying to desexualize characters, the female characters here.
Okay.
One of the examples with that is with David Finch coming on to Wonder Woman. The way Cliff Chiang drew Wonder Woman was, throughout, he made her a beautiful woman without having to over-sexualize. With David Finch coming on, all of a sudden Wonder Woman has huge boobs, gone up a lot of cup sizes there, and the way her butt sticks out is that no woman is able to actually walk around in this world with their rear end sticking out like that and having the rest of their body straight up off of them like that. I don't like the over-sexualization of a character. I think that we are at a time in this industry where that does not have a place anymore.
Okay.
Oh, come on. I miss the old days of Image where, like, the girls are, like,
Showing
their butt with their head turned around like an owl.
Yeah.
And still, like, striking some kind of lethal pose.
Lethal pose!
But they're still showing their butt and their face at the same time.
So yeah. That apparently people still feel that has a place, and we like to call it cheesecake, but I don't know if that still does have a place. You can draw nice without having to draw obscene. And
Sure.
I think that, and I don't want to, I'm not saying obscene like oh gosh, censor. I'm just saying that it doesn't need to be that way.
Sure.
I guess my part B to that is the trying to cover up all of the women. Like, no, we cannot have these females going out dressed like this. We have to completely cover them head to toe. The redesigning of costumes. And my problem with that is it true to the character?
Okay.
Who the character
Exactly.
is. If we're trying to be socially conscious and say, women, need to stand up and don't need to be recognized like this, I think there's some BS about that, because there are women out there in this world that are very proud of their bodies and do not have a problem showing their bodies off. And so I don't think that it's unlikely that you can have females that dress that same way within comics. And so, one of the big ones that everybody's always talking about is Power Girl.
Right.
If you want to update the costume, okay, but to absolutely cover her is one of those things. Would it necessarily be true to who she is? The other thing with that is she is invulnerable, so it really doesn't matter what she's wearing. Whereas you have someone like Huntress, that when Jim Lee suddenly had her wearing a midriff, having her stomach shown, that's stupid. You're in Gotham with people shooting bullets at you. You are not. That does not need to happen. So I think that there's this, we need to cover up, but we're going to get to the point where, people already in society criticize, a lot of Middle Eastern cultures for covering their women completely.
Okay.
And that's basically what you're saying we need to do in comics. Well, why criticize and then say that's hypocrisy with it? So I think there needs to be a balance with what we're doing with our drawing here, where it can still look nice, look appealing, it can still be true to the character, but it doesn't need to be like oozing sexualization with it. My other thing that my big other thing that I want to see is I want to see more of the companies listening to the fans.
Okay.
Because they're not. If they were, we would not have the Lobo that's in comics right now, because fans don't want that. And there are things within, and there are times where you're going to have trolls, you're going to have people who are whining and bitching and complaining, and they don't read the comic, or they don't really care. They just want to whine, bitch, and complain. But there are other times where something's not working.
Right.
And it's like people are like, hey, this is what we want to see. And they just keep rolling with it. A creator that's staying on a book that everybody's going, please, we just need something different here. This creator does not have a handle on who this character is.
Exactly.
And so I don't think it's something where people don't want to see that character being written a certain way, but they want to see someone that's able to do the character justice.
Exactly.
So those are my big things where I want to see some change or some happenings going on. I don't think that I'm sitting here trying to be too negative with what I'm saying.
Great points. I think you had several great points. Very, very good points. Buzz, what about for you? What kind of changes or happenings would you like to see this new year?
As Randy said, I think they should cancel the Lobo book and kill him off and bring the old Lobo back. And
I didn't quite say that, but
we should, if it stays on schedule, see some new Miracle Man content this year. If they stay on schedule every month, and I don't know if they've got somebody ready to pick up 25.
Mark Buckingham.
Okay.
Is the
I mean,
guy.
I think
'Cause
there
he's
is
the
a
one that-
script for 25
There is,
already.
but Buckingham was the guy that was writing it or drawing it at the time, and he has said, I'm doing the new material.
Okay.
The writing as well.
No, because I think
the
that's
art.
still some gaming issues there.
Okay.
I don't know.
That would be cool if Gaming came on and
Very
finished out. I think he does have a script.
I think there's some
25.
scripts that was
Right.
there, but I don't think he's coming on to do new material.
Right.
Okay.
We could be totally surprised by it. Go on.
Cool.
And also, I want to see the Black Knight this year more.
Yeah.
He was he was a little bit in the Avengers world, but I want to see him on a team book.
So you're taking and you're going completely comics with what you want to see. I was going a little more behind the scenes with what I want to see. Where are you?
I think I'm more industry.
Okay.
Some things that I would like to see, which some of this we will see later this year. But I think the main thing that I would like to see is more material created and completed before it's solicited to be on the shelf.
Okay, yeah.
I don't like to get 1, 2, and 3 and have to wait 6 months for 4 and 5, and then
Jupiter's
8
Legacy.
months for 7 and 8 or whatever. And actually, not to throw darts at Mark Miller, but that has happened with some stuff. But with the release of like the new Chrononauts series that he's doing with Sean Murphy come March. And then with the other Jupiter's Legacy spin-off series that they're doing, he has sworn that they're not doing it anymore. They're going to have like the work completed before it's even solicited.
Yeah.
So that way it can ship every month because people want to read it every month, just like clockwork. And I'm one of those people. You lose my interest if I've got to wait. If I don't,
absolutely.
You know, and like what Saga is doing is fine. That's not too long a wait. Maybe a month, maybe 2, and then you get the series, you get the new trade, and then you get the rest of the story. I'm totally okay with that, but this just indefinite amount of time. There's stuff still that from 10 years ago that's never been published by Marvel and never will be, like Kevin Smith stuff that was done back in the day.
Daredevil to Target.
Exactly. Yeah, some stuff from Jon Favreau when he was doing writing some Iron Man stuff. That
Viva Las Vegas.
Exactly. There we go. That stuff gets under my skin, companies.
Yeah.
It does. I'm a customer. I'm a fan. I make this stuff happen for you. Make it happen for me.
Yeah, and he mentioned Wild Blue Yonder, and that is a fantastic book. And when I read the 5th issue, I was like, I don't know if I want to read this because it's been so long. So good. Mm-hmm. And I thought maybe they're going to get this 6 out, and we're going on like the 3rd or 4th month.
Yeah, it was solicited at the beginning of December, and it was solicited this week again, but it's still not.
Yeah, and so it's one of those things that can totally kill momentum.
Another book that took a long time to finish was that Ultimate Wolverine versus Hulk.
Yes.
Written by the Lost guy.
Yes.
And I mean, it was like how long of a gap between like issue? I think it was 3
2
and
and
4.
3.
2 and 3. Yeah, it was like right in the middle of it. They just all of a sudden, you know.
And it killed momentum on that book for me.
Exactly. So I mean, I understand some of the economics behind it all,
and
but
sometimes something happens. We do understand.
Exactly. There's family issues. Someone gets super sick. That kind of stuff happens. But I mean, seriously, Bob Schreck did it right with Kevin Smith back in the day on Green Arrow. He was like, I'm not doing anything with you until you give me 12 completed scripts.
Yeah.
And then I'll get an artist on board.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there. And that was the way to go. I'm not saying all talent should be handled like that, but I mean, if make it a 4-issue miniseries, then see what happens. Get the 4 issues done, get it out there, and then proceed from there. Build a fan base and a following, and go from there. That's one of my big things.
Especially people that have a job outside of comics. Like
Exactly.
Smith. I mean, everybody you've listed there pretty much has a job outside.
Right.
Like Miller's getting so big with his comics
Movies.
being movies and stuff. I mean, he's got like Crohn's disease or something. Like
Yeah,
He does.
He
does.
And yeah,
I mean,
we understand with that, but there are some things where Jupiter's Legacy hits, and we were all fearful, and they promised us, and bam, it happened.
So, yeah. So I mean, that's one thing. And another thing that I would like to see happen this year is creative teams on books being able to do their book, tell their story, and not have to be tied up in 3 or 4 different event storylines that are going on throughout DC, Marvel. I mean, it's primarily DC and Marvel. I mean, and I'm a Marvel guy myself. I don't want to. I mean, they have been better in recent years with some events where there is a tie-in issue, but you don't have to have that issue to read the main event or vice versa. It's just
But it does throw you off for the person that's reading that book and not getting that.
Exactly.
And it's like, why is this suddenly happening here? It makes no sense to the story that's been going on.
Exactly, and like just a moment ago when you mentioned about the DC storyline stuff, this may actually be a nice interim period where the DC creative teams get to work on their books unabated, uninterrupted, tell their story.
And I think it's also a good time for the DC to listen to the fans and bring back a few of those miniseries and hopefully merge that into the universe there.
Yeah, exactly. So those are the 2 main things that I would love to see is more stuff that's ready to hit the shelf on a monthly basis, no holdups, no delays, if possible. Seriously, if possible. And then creators telling their stories.
Yeah, and real quickly to add on to what you're saying there, events used to be something special.
Exactly.
And now they're seasonal. They are seasonal. There is no arguing that.
You're right.
They're drawn out and just painful.
And it goes from one to the next, and Marvel's the big bad sinner here with all that. They go from one to the next, and every single time, nothing will ever be the same again. And I'm really tired of that. And it takes away from what was special about the events, a once a year kind of thing that it was leading up to that. And sometimes maybe even it wasn't a once a year thing. It was once every 2 or 3 years that you would finally have that big event that happened. And right now, I think you're getting a lot of people that they're excited about the event, and then man, whenever it's 3 issues a month that you're having to pick up for it,
right?
And by the time you're hitting issue 6 or 7, they're like, "Why is this still going?" And I just want this to be over with. And it's not necessarily that it's a bad story, but that it's just being rammed down their throat too much too soon.
Exactly.
Scale it down to like 4 main issues. Like, the 9 issues of what was it, Axis? I mean, that was like painfully long.
Right.
That was really long.
Right.
And just another thing, I'm not speaking for writer Justin Jordan.
Yeah.
But he was one of the initial writers that came on that next wave after Jeff Johns.
Oh, yeah.
With that whole group. And I don't think any of those guys have got to tell a story of their own since that has changed. They've had
really don't.
The Lights Out, the Godhead. Maybe there was something else I'm missing.
First
Lantern,
like Third Army. There's all sorts of things.
I don't even know if those guys have got to tell a story of their own with those books, with those, So I'm not speaking, but I know that like Justin's leaving and there's some other changes coming on. But come on,
these guys are creative, and let them tell a story.
Exactly.
If they know these characters.
Exactly.
We do need to get on to our favorites here, guys. Remember,
we can stay.
Yeah, and last week we only had a few comics come out, so we're really not going to be picking like our favorites from last week. We're going to delve into the books that are our favorites, top of the list that are coming out this week. And
remind them to tell us below.
Tell us what you did like from last week. We always like hearing that and talking with you about that, but there are just so few that it's like, oh, I'm going to pick 1, and I'm going to pick 2, and I'm going to pick 3 of the 5 or 6 that came out.
I know.
There. So we're going to skip that part. Remember, there are spoilers here, kind of with what's been going on. So that's you know the drill.
And real quick, tell us below. Answer the question of the week. Tell us below what changes or things that you want to see happen in 2015. What's up for you for your favorites for this week, Randy?
First up, we have Iron Fist, the Living Weapon #8 coming out. There was a bit of a gap between the last issue and the previous one to that. Now it looks like they're back on schedule. Danny Rand is a remade man.
Yes.
He still, though, does not have the power of the Iron Fist. Right. But he's going to have to go up against one of his most unlikely adversaries without it. We'll see what exactly happens here.
Nice. Buzz, what's up for you for a favorite?
Action Comics number 38. Clark's in Smallville. There's a big stink cloud that's covering the town. It may be the Galactus cloud from the Fantastic Four movie. We don't know. It's back for revenge for people making fun of it so much. But they showed what was in the cloud last week. But it's just a different feel for a Superman story. And he's got a beard. So, I mean...
Superman has a beard.
Yes, he has a beard.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a different
Greg
thing.
Pak Superman has been pretty awesome.
That's going to make it a little harder to hide the fact that he's Clark Kent.
Yeah, it might.
Maybe it's like hooked onto
like Fry in Futurama when he went to the Amish country.
Right. Nice. Very nice. Up for me, Nailbiter #9 from Image Comics. Are the children of Buckaroo, Oregon all going to grow up to be serial killers? Last issue we got to see that there's something going on with the bees. So hopefully that'll continue with this issue, and we get to take a look at what's going on with the kids and if they are destined to be serial killers.
Hopefully not.
I know.
All kids are bred to be serial killers.
All of them. There are tons of good Image Comics coming out this week. One for me is the Fade Out #4. We see in this issue Charlie is having problems with flashbacks from the war, and they are starting to affect his work life with writing the movie. They are starting to affect also his personal mission that he has to try and solve who this killer is of his lover there before everybody starts pinning it on him and possibly could have been him. We don't know.
Very nice.
So, we'll see.
Buzz?
Detective Comics number 38.
Oh,
The people of Gotham City have spoken. And now, anarchy runs wild in the streets. In the streets.
that's right. They reintroduced anarchy.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Very
Yeah,
cool.
this is part 2 of that storyline. So.
Is that
Not too late to jump on.
Is that your singing voice?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew it. That's it. That's it. Next up for me, speaking of great image stuff, Birthright number 4 hits the shelf this week, and we get to see Mikey Rhodes and his family, for the first time together, but it's not going to be all peaches and roses and whatever, because there's an actual threat from the world that he came from that has presented itself into Earth itself. So they're on the run, they're dealing with the family issues and surviving, and now they got to face a threat from the other world that followed Mikey over. So I'm really digging this, and this is by my artist that I loved from last week's episode, my favorite artist, new artist, Andre Bresson. Check it out. You should be reading Birthright.
And my writer, Joshua Williams.
And Joshua Williamson. That's
Yeah.
right. And my writer. What's up for you, Randy?
And my something.
Flagrant letters page.
Yeah. Last up for me, X-Men 23. Why? Finally, I can read an X-Men comic again because G. Willow Wilson has joined the writing crew here for the X-Women title.
Okay.
X-Men. With this, it starts with a mysterious sinkhole, and it ends with a phenomenon that is somehow connected to old allies and enemies. Who, we don't know exactly. I think it starts off with Gambit figuring something out and going to the X-Women and saying, look, I need your help with this, and then bam, you get everybody. I can't wait to see her drawing some of these characters, like one of my favorite X-Men, Monet. So we'll see. I'm totally excited. Terry Dodson on art.
Yes. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. He's the right guy for that.
Is it nice?
It's very nice. Buzz, what's up for you, bro?
Robocop number 7 by Joshua Williams.
By Joshua Williamson.
Had to throw one Joshua Williamson book in there. But anyway, after bringing down the late.
He's like your Brian Wood.
You're Brian Wood.
Except Joshua Williamson stuff's interesting.
Oh!
After bringing down the latest customized Ed 209 monstrosity without a firearm or partner, Robocop is beginning to question whether he is being set up for failure. Only Ann Lewis can see the pattern. Everything going wrong in Detroit and crippling OCP is stemming from one man, Killian.
Killian. Nice. Nice, nice, nice.
I don't know
Very
who
cool.
Killian is.
Yeah. Arms dealer.
Oh, did you see that the original RoboCop's now on Netflix?
Yeah!
It was just re-added here this month.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Cool.
I finally watched the new movie. It was.
I still haven't seen it, but I love the original there.
Yeah.
So-
I thought the new one was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had Michael Keaton and what is his name? Jackie Earl Haley.
Yeah.
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 I'm
Rorschach.
Yeah.
I still haven't
Krueger.
made my way all the way through the new Dread film.
Oh,
only
yeah?
because I was eating at the time.
Oh, yeah.
It was like I was eating spaghetti and stuff, and there's like all this blood splatter. I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't do this while eating. This.
Imagine seeing it in 3D because it was made for 3D.
It was
Exactly.
like the bodies when they were dropped off the building and splatter. I went, yeah, I've got to
The
stop
ground.
for now.
Yeah, I thought that was actually a decent.
That was an
good
awesome-
I was liking
movie.
it, and I would never have guessed that Bones was
Yeah.
was Robo or not RoboCop Dread.
Dread, yeah.
Never
They're
guessed
both
it.
robots.
They're both robots.
In personality.
Very cool.
What's last for you?
Last for me, Hulk number 10. We get to see Omega Hulk and the Red Hulk go at it and cause mass smash destruction. Mash. Also a battle of a war of words between Matt Murdock and Doc Green. But mainly the thing we're looking forward to here is Red Hulk versus Doc Green. This is what we've been building up for right here.
Will Matt Murdock just stay in his own freaking
He's messing with Superior Iron Man. He's messing. Well, he has a specific reason for being a part of this. They set that up, remember?
If it's a
Yeah,
war
so-
of words, I want it to be like freestyle, just like whatever's coming at them.
Doc Green, I can see. I can see, Doc.
I can see you, Doc.
Oh, nope, never mind.
Hey, and,
Men in tights on me there.
Blinken.
no,
Did you say Abe Lincoln? No, I said, hey, Blinken.
Master, you lost your arm. No, I won't think so.
we're having way too much fun, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying it, enjoying the episode. That's it for this week. We've covered a lot of stuff, a lot of great stuff hitting the shelf, a great way to kick off the new year, and then you got to hear us about the changes that we want to see happen in 2015. We want to see some stuff happen. We want to see some good stuff.
And in March, they're having the big storyline in Thor about who is the new Thor.
Oh,
I am the
Randy.
new female Thor.
Yeah. It's him, guys.
It's Jason Aaron.
It's Jason Aaron. That's I don't know about that now. I guess if Randy is Jason Aaron.
It could be any of us. But he has the beard. Where's the beard go?
Where does the beard go?
like Clark, he just takes it off.
Takes it off and
Puts it in his tights.
It's awesome.
Just keep in mind, guys, remember we have our question of the week here. We want you to enter that. And we also definitely want you to stay informed about what's going to be going on with Louisiana Com-Con, February 21st. We will be there. We may have some surprises for you guys.
We may be
you
strutting.
definitely have to check out our booth.
Exactly. Yes.
We may be strutting and cutting like Brutus Beefcake.
Like Brutus Beefcake. But the thing you need to remember with this convention, it is a one-day event, and if it is successful enough, the next time it comes through town could be
Joshua Williamson could come.
You never know. You never know. They got a nice
Or
list
Brian
of people.
Wood.
So look them up on.
throw your panties at them.
Look them up. Look them up on Facebook, Louisiana Com-Con. Make sure you follow that page for updates. We'll be doing updates as well concerning that and telling you more in the videos between now and then. And we're looking forward to that. Also, you can go ahead and mark your calendar too for Free Comic Book Day in May. So you know, there's some things to mark your calendar about, and we'll be letting you know more about that stuff as we approach that time. But that's it for this week, everyone. Thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up if you don't mind. Subscribe if you haven't already, and answer our question of the week. Tell us what you want to see happen, what you want to see change in 2015. Tell us what the new number ones you're getting. Tell us your favorites that you're picking up. We love to hear from you guys. As always, we are Excalibur Comics, Cards, and Games in Shreveport, Louisiana. Don't forget about our store in Texarkana, Texas. Follow our site, ExcaliburCCG.com. Links to Twitter and Facebook are down below. And that's it for this week. We really appreciate it, guys. Anything else to add, gentlemen?
Do you think it would freak Joshua Williamson out if I asked him to sign my head?
I think he's a cool guy. I've seen some interviews with him on YouTube. I think he'd do it. I think he would do it.
I can get it tattooed then.
Joshua Williamson, Brian Wood, and who's your geeky, like, go
Man
crazy
crush.
man crush? Mark Miller
For a writer?
for a writer?
I think if anyone, it'd be Warren Ellis.
Warren Ellis, okay.
I think it is.
Wants
I
to hear
always
that
get,
British accent.
I guess gonna have the
Dirty
accent.
to me in that accent.
That's it, folks. Until next time, be safe, take care. We'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye.
Oh.